Hello everyone, welcome back to Higher Max. As usual, I am very excited to have you all here today, and of course you can tell from the title of the video, I will be talking about Emily in Paris. Did all in like 2 days. All that matters is that we're here today to talk about it, to talk about the plot, the characters, my rating, if you should watch it, if you haven't watched it. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna end up spoiling it for you, so please make sure you watch it before you watch this review. Anyways, before we get any further, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also hit the bell so you know whenever I upload a new video. The socials, they are linked right here. Please do not mind my nails, they have outgrown, looking kind of crazy, but it is okay, because we are about to get into this video. Okay, so Emily in Paris. I personally would give this show a rating of about 8 out of 10. I think it is a feel-good show, something that you don't have to stress about too much or be like, what is about to happen next? You can be pretty chill and enjoy this with a couple of your friends, and it's a pretty easygoing, happy-go-lucky show, which is what I appreciated about it. I would describe the show as Devil Wears Prada meets Ugly Betty and has some Gossip Girl undertones. That's the best way to put it. Devil Wears Prada because we're gonna get into Cynthia being low-key Miranda Priestley. Obviously, Ugly Betty because she's made to feel so uncomfortable in the workspace. Gossip Girl undertones. It's just like the fashion, Paris, seeing Ramon. And if you don't know who Ramon is, you obviously are not a die-hard Gossip Girl fan. So if you haven't watched it, it's pretty much about a girl called Emily Cooper who works in a Chicago office for a marketing firm, and then she moves to Paris because her boss whatever got pregnant, and so now she moves to Paris to work for Savoy, to bring some of her American expertise to the French office. What she does not expect is to be greeted by people who are not interested in her, underestimate her because she doesn't speak French. She has her happy-go-lucky spirit. She meets a guy, some guys, you know what I mean? And a lot of fun, exciting things happen along the way. Obviously, every single episode kind of has that same pattern where she's given a task, something bad happens, and then she saves the day. Sometimes with the help of Mindy or Gabriel. I wanted to talk about the characters. So Emily, she's a pretty easy to like character. I mean, I like that she left her boyfriend. She's a go-getter. She's the type of representation we want to see of women. You know what I mean? Going after their dreams and making them work out. I don't have much to say about her because is she realistic, guys? Can you tell me this? Can you tell me? Okay, I think this also depends. What do we watch TV shows for / movies? Do we go there for escapism or to see reality? I guess it depends what you're looking for, because she's kind of like, what are her flaws? Oh. Maybe Emily's flaw, maybe the one thing that's Emily's flaw is who she chooses as romantic partners. This girl cannot choose men for beep. I think that's also a lot of us. But anyways, boyfriend, apart from the fact that, dude, you could, like a week, you could even do a month of long distance, sir. Like, you could even do a month. Come on. He did like a week and he said he was tired. He even took time off and he didn't want to. Let me tell you. But some things happen for a reason, and so maybe it was good that that happened. But then Gabriel, obviously Gabriel, a taken man. Let's not forget about the Professor Douchebag, who was so sweet the night that they met at that little cafe, and he was like, oh, do you think that they're lovers or that's mother and son? That was cute. And all of a sudden he was just a pompous douche. And I'm surprised she didn't step in more at the dinner that they had with Camille and Gabriel. Emily, you should have told your man to stand down. Stand down because you're embarrassing. Everything he thought was boring, everything he thought was lame, What happened to the cool dude on the first night? Why are you being like this? And now you're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Now I look like I'm not down because I'm with you, who's a downer boy. Like, really? Wasn't feeling that. So yes, I think we have found a flaw with Emily. Her choice in men, really not good. I like Lily Collins, who acts as Emily Cooper. But do I feel an inclination towards her character? No. Do I want her character's life? Yes. And that's as far as it goes for me and Miss Emily. After that, there's not much for me to say. I respect her work ethic. I respect her as a businesswoman. Sylvie, our resident Miranda Priestley, she is an interesting character because obviously she is the mistress of, I want to keep saying Ramon because I'll explain it later, mistress of Antoine. She is an interesting character with depth. I low-key feel like she really liked Emily. She was acting like she didn't, but I low-key feel like she did like Emily. But she just couldn't because obviously she felt a bit slightly intimidated by her. But like, why, Miss Sylvie? Sylvie, why are you intimidated by her? You run this town. There's nothing to be intimidated by. I feel bad for her. I mean, even though obviously she is low-key an anti-hero in the sense that she's mean to the protagonist, she is busy sleeping with a married man, and she's put herself in this position. But I feel for her, especially when she was saying in the elevator how she doesn't want anyone to have 100% of her, and she doesn't want 100% of anyone else. I don't know, there was just something about her. She moved me. I felt moved by her, you know? A lot of character development with her, if that makes sense. I loved when she was able to get the watch back from that actress girl. Her going to that reception, being the boss that she is. I also feel like that helped Emily have a newfound respect for her in a different kind of way. And one thing I loved about Emily is that despite Sylvie, you know, being this powerhouse and being super intimidating, Emily always made sure that she kind of saw through Sylvie, saw through this very hard outer shell, and was always like, oh my goodness, he's here with his wife and whatever. And you know, obviously Sylvie was acting like she didn't care about that, but I think that also really helped develop their relationship together. Now, my girl Mindy, I love Mindy. When we first meet Mindy at the park, I was like, who is this girl? She seems kind of shady. I don't trust her. She's just weird. But the more we get to know her as a character, I love her depth. I love how she chose to forge her own path and took a risk. Similar to Emily, took a risk, but against her family. And what I want for season 2 especially is to see a whole lot more of Mindy within her own storyline. I appreciated when we got to see her with her friends who came for the Bachelorette, and the fact that I was nervous about them because I thought, oh no, these people are judgy and they don't like Mindy for who she is and what she wants to do, but they were so supportive of her, so supportive of her singing. I love that, and I love that she has different support systems. I want to continue seeing her develop with her singing. I don't know, Mindy I felt so, like, she was so relatable, and also so, is a term cross? She said inappropriate things when she wanted to, but always had Emily's back. But I want to get to know her more. I want her dad to fly to Paris, or something with her family where she just, you know, this pushback. It would be super interesting. I'm worried about her and Emily living together. I don't see that going too well. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want them not to be friends. I'm hoping that Emily is optimistic enough that she can just let the things that happen between them go, but we'll see what happens with that. Mr. Neighbor Boy, except for Mr. Lover Boy. Mr. Neighbor Boy. Gabriel. Apart from the fact that you're beautiful and you're a chef, you're a cheater. And that, sir, dude, okay. I felt the chemistry between them, like, since the moment that she thought the fourth floor, the third floor was the fourth floor, the fifth floor, whatever. I felt their chemistry. And she kissed him and he kissed her back. And we have sweet little Camille, who ends up being fodder because, dude, this guy's like, it was just so not clear that he had a girlfriend. It was so not clear. He can't even lie. It's not even about Emily kissing him. It's not about that. It's about the fact that he felt those sparks, he saw it happening, and he didn't say anything sooner, because the kiss was like the 70% maybe. But the 10, 20, 30, the heated glances, you know what I mean? The energy, the vibe, it was there the whole time. So you can't now come here and make it seem like Emily was in on this thing all on her own. Because she wasn't, sir. She wasn't. You let her on. I still like your finance, but you let her on. And that's not okay with me and my homegirls, okay? So, Gabriel, we knew this was going to happen, frankly. We knew you were not going to Normandy to be a chef in your little place. I also knew you would never let Camille's family, buy the place for you, which I understand. You don't want that obligation and you don't want that to weigh on you in your relationship, even though you're a cheater. But I like that Antoine offered to buy the restaurant. What makes this awkward is that Gabriel being in the city now means Emily and him have to actually decide what it is they're doing. What they're doing, how they're doing it. If we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen, which will last like 2 episodes before something else happens, him staying in Paris is gonna be interesting. Gabriel, continue to make your Michelin star meals. Focus on what you want to do. And let me tell you what is going to happen in season 2 with Gabriel and Camille. I'm ready to put my money down now. And also, if this does happen, y'all, Netflix, call me a producer. I'll be a producer of the show. Camille is going to find out that Mr. Gabriel, Mr. Neighbor Boy, is staying in town. And she's going to want to make things better. So she's going to go to the restaurant one day. And she's going to go to the restaurant, whatever, she's going to meet and they're going to talk. This whole time, obviously, Emily has been ignoring Gabriel. So Gabriel moves on. Emily's probably messing around with some dude because this is season 2. And then Sylvie or someone's gonna say, live your life, put yourself first. And then Emily's gonna be like, yeah. And she's gonna run to the 4th floor, the 3rd floor, and Camille is gonna open the door. Deadass, I'm putting money on it. That's what's gonna happen in season 2. And then Gabriel is gonna look at her, and then gonna have these feelings, heated glances, and we're gonna go around and around. I feel like we're gonna keep on going through this Gabriel and Camille thing, Gabriel and Emily thing for a minute. I don't think they're gonna give that to us until the last season, whenever that last season is, or if they do give it to us, they're gonna break up because they need to do some growing up or something. That's my tea. Since we've been talking about Camille a lot, let's just dive into her. Really like her too. Sweet girl, good girlfriend, good friend. Helped Emily a lot. Because, this is the show Emily in Paris. So we're obviously made to, I don't want to say side, but feel for Emily. Even though, she's low-key being a trash friend to Camille. Camille, I want you to go out there, find yourself a rich man so that you can continue to do your champagne living lifestyle that obviously Gabriel doesn't. You guys aren't feeling each other. And her family is interesting. I don't like Camille's mom. Her little brothers, oh my gosh, I'm cringing at that scene with Emily and Camille's little brother. And I just want you to be successful, sis. I want you to be successful with this art thing. Like, keep doing you, keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing good. And we love you. We appreciate you. Even though you are father, and the second you find out about what happened between Gabriel and Emily, two of your closest people in Paris are going to go poof. Or Gabriel might decide to be honest, and then Camille just tells him not to be friends with Emily or never to talk to Emily. That's another thing. Julien and Luc, cute office duo. I feel like teach Emily a lot of low-key survival tips and how to live life more. They're obviously there for comedic relief. I appreciate them on the everyday episode. I like their dynamic, especially how they've grown from first not liking her at all to low-key being the reason she didn't leave and go back to Chicago. So I mess with them heavy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's talk about Antoine for 2.5 seconds. How could I forget to talk about Antoine? First of all, the reason why I've been calling him Ramon is because he is Blair's stepdad through her dad's side in Gossip Girl. So that's how we know him as Ramon. So that's every time I see him, that's what I think about. Except in this movie, he doesn't keep his hair curly. But he was also French in Gossip Girl. So that's what I always think about. That's why I get distracted by him. Anyways, not Ramon, oh my goodness. Antoine's wife, when she said to Emily that she's a good choice. So, okay, what is going on? Does his wife know when he has a side piece? Is that like their little arrangement? Which makes it a bit better if she knows about the little arrangement. But then, no, Emily is not Antoine's side piece. So explain yourself, Miss Ma'am, Miss Mamas. Who told you this, Mrs. Antoine? Who told you this? Because I'm not understanding this. So that means you know about him and Sylvie? So then why were you shady about St. Bart's? Because if you know he has a side piece, then you know he obviously takes his side pieces on getaways. I don't understand that. Do they choose girls together? Maybe I'm dwelling on this too much, but let me know down below in the comments. I think that this show, there's just a lot going on, but you don't have to think too deeply, you know. Gabriel and Emily did sleep together. But that's when Camille and Gabriel broke up. But, okay, I'm not going to try rationalize this. But anyways, I think it's a sweet show, and I'm glad I watched it. I wouldn't be, oh my goodness, I haven't watched it, if you haven't watched it. But I think it's something you should watch with your friends and you unwind, or you can watch it by yourself like I did. I'm excited for the possibilities of season 2. And I'm holding y'all to this because I'm telling you that the things I think are gonna happen are gonna happen. So that's my review on Emily in Paris. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, write it down in the comments below or send me a DM and let me know. I'll be interested to talk about it more. I am excited. I have quite a few reviews coming out this upcoming weeks because I've been watching a lot of shows, just not been recording my opinions on them, but they are coming. I wanted to thank you so much for watching this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Hit the bell below so you know whenever I update and post a video. And last but not least, please follow my socials. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll be seeing you very, very soon. And y'all, you cannot say I do not love y'all. Like, I try to come Parisian. I try to come Parisian for y'all. I try to beret it up,